guys, I woke up to the sound of loud knocking this morning, and when I opened the door, I found nothing but this box. So, let's open it up and see what's inside. There's a note. If you're reading this, congratulations. You're the current host of Temple Tonight. I was the host 20 years ago. Watch the video on this flash drive and follow the directions. Signed, Simon Jones. Okay.
Hey, Simon Jones, former host of Temple Tonight back in the good old days. Me and the other writers decided to leave this box behind so you can remember our legacy. Our team of writers were some of the most genius out there, constantly pushing that envelope. We left one of our best scripts here and some famous character props that are probably collector's items by now, so you're welcome. Everything in here tells the story of what Temple Tonight once was and what we still believe it is today.
Okay, well first it looks like they left an old map of the studio. Wow, they outlined everything. You can see where they used to smoke inside. And over on the left, that's where the old guest couch was. They even noted that Neil Lambert wet themselves on that couch and then they had to spend their whole budget on a new one. Gross. Oh. Here's the old script they were talking about. Let me take a stab at one of these monologue jokes. A movie about an ugly guy finding love called Shrek has just been released, which is great news for our writer, Danny. Okay, it looks like a lot of these are just really specific inside jokes. Over here, one of the writers even noted that he didn't know what this one was about. Oh. It also looks like they have a character piece that never made it to air called Deborah Depression, who just brings everyone down no matter what activity the gang was doing. There are a lot of loose items in this box. Award for Best Host at the first annual Temple Tonight Awards. Doesn't seem like there would be much competition for this. Wonder why they stopped doing them. This looks like the fedora from Temple Tonight's famous character, Detective ShopRite. He was always solving mysteries, like who spilled cereal in aisle 6 and who was the father of Rhonda from Deli's bastard son. Amazing. Aww. They left one of the boxes of cigarettes that they would smoke in their secret spot. Nothing like the smell of 20-year-old cigarettes. Ooh, this looks interesting. So it looks like there's an idea for the host to fake their own death and then pop out the casket at the funeral and say, "You just got pranked, late night college style." There's another idea that's just for the host to do a man on the street and ask everyone's predictions for the 2002 Winter Olympics two-person luge. Whoa, wait. It looks like there's a prediction of some sort for what they think we're doing now. The Temple Tonight writers are so lazy that they will just use this entire time capsule for a digital short. Hello everybody, welcome to Temple Tonight. Let's take a look at some of the latest headlines. A Girl Scout in California sold over 300 boxes of cookies outside a marijuana dispensary. So all the skeptics who said legalized marijuana wouldn't help the economy must feel pretty stupid. A house in Massachusetts went up for sale with a sign outside that said "Not Haunted." Okay, just like how my LinkedIn byline says, "Haven't been arrested." A Michigan couple with 13 children revealed that they are now expecting their 14th child. They thought that an even number would make a potential custody battle much easier. Scientists found that gorillas adopt orphan apes in the wild, which clears up one of my questions about Tarzan. Now I need a scientific explanation as to why Jane would want to date an orphaned ape anyway. Scientists found a species of bee that plays percussion-like instruments that grow out of their faces and rear ends, finally giving us a clue as to who else is in Maroon 5 besides Adam Levine. Former Trump official Kayleigh McEnany has been announced as a new co-host on Fox News' Outnumbered, as in the blonde conservative talk show hosts now outnumber the rest of us. A wax figure of President Trump has been moved to Texas because people kept punching it in the face. Luckily for him, Ted Cruz already holds the title for Texas's most punchable face. A mother pregnant with her 4th child says she will post pictures of her bump on OnlyFans for money, because after the father never returned from 7-Eleven, she is now her child's only fan. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is investigating a claim that shrimp tails were found in their cereal. However, I'm unconcerned, as shrimp tails are still a better addition to cereal than raisins. Alright, that's enough news for now. We'll be back in a bit with more Temple Tonight. Welcome back, everyone. Although I've applied to many internships for this summer, I still can't find one. Thankfully, 2 of my great friends from high school reached out to me on Facebook asking if I wanted to be my own girl boss and join their businesses. First, we have my friend Christy, spokeswoman for FitBisque. Here's more about her business.
Did you know you could eat like my great-grandma and still be a skinny legend? Try FitBisque. Drink 10 gallons, lose 10 pounds.
Wow, I've always been so passionate about Bisque. Let's see if Jennifer at MSG Gummies can beat that.
Working out can be fun, but it lowers your blood sugar. Raise it back up with MSG Gummies. Take 2 a day to salt up your life.
Everyone loves a salty surprise. Okay, I'm going to be asking you both some questions so we can see which product I fit more. Okay, Christy, what happens when I meet the monthly sales requirement?
Oh my gosh, girlie, such a good question. When you sell 50 subscriptions in your first month, you get an edible arrangement and a chance to win a $5 Amazon gift card.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I don't need to spend money on food when I can have fruit in a pretty basket. Okay, Jennifer, can you beat flowers made of melon if I doubled the monthly sales requirement?
I think I can, girlfriend, but don't worry about how much you sell. Just worry about the friends you tell. If you recruit 2 friends to sell our product, you'll reserve a spot on the MSG Mediterranean cruise.
Oh, that's sweet. I get seasick a lot, but you can have fun doing that. Okay, Christy, let's say I recruited 10 people that were watching the show. What will that get me?
Oh my gosh, yes, queen. I can't say that it'll get you much, besides all the best friends in the world. In fact, I'm going to be the one making all the financial gains from that.
That is exactly what women need to be doing right now. And besides, who needs minimum wage when you can get the maximum experience? Jennifer, what are you doing to support other women?
Excuse me?
Wow. I can't believe you're tearing down the boss tribe like this. Are there any concerns I should be aware of with your product besides, how much you hate other women?
Oh my God, girl bestie, not at all. We love supporting other women. MSG Gummies' mission statement is actually to empower other women with salt.
Okay, that's pretty meaningful. I've always been a big fan of nutritional yeast, but salt may be the new way to go. Still, are there any concerns that come with using your product?
Well, bestie, while I love our product, some of my other besties have found themselves very bloated after one too many.
Hey, girlie, hate to interrupt. I love what you're doing, but didn't someone die after going through a whole bottle? Sorry, but no one has ever died eating our Fit Bisques.
Oh my God, so funny for you to mention that, boss babe, because I just read on Facebook that 38 Other girl bosses are filing a class action lawsuit because they burned their tongues with FitBisque. Now they can't pitch any of their women-owned businesses.
I hate when that happens. It's really hard to be a strong, independent woman when you can't feel your tongue.
You also can't be a strong, independent woman with heart disease and increased risk for stomach cancer. Sorry, babe, just the truth.
That only occurs in 5% of our clients over a 6-month period. And thank you for bringing that up, Queenie, because our lawyer said we had to at some point.
Yeah, see, Jennifer, it's not that hard to thank other women.
Nowhere near as hard as selling FitBisque.
Well, at least we have FDA approval.
You don't need FDA approval when you're featured on Dr. Oz twice, and we all know he's a real doctor.
Sorry, babes, but my producer just told me that we have to turn both you guys off the air over legal concerns. You have both been super impactful, and I can't thank you enough.
These two capable women have influenced me to start my own business. Fit, salty bisques, made specially from the salt of my Himalayan salt lamp. It's not nutritious, but it probably won't kill you. We'll be right back after I work out all the details with my lawyers. Graduation is quickly approaching for many seniors, which means reality is setting in. They all have to get jobs, which sucks. I wanted to give my best tips for landing the dream job. Always look much better in person than you do in your headshot. The shock value alone will get you the job. Take it from me. When the Temple Tonight producers saw me on paper, they thought I was a Lancaster 6, but in person, I'm a Philly 8. Be sure to know the name of one sports team so you can say things like, I can't believe those Yankees, and man, those Eagles are something. Okay, call me crazy, but wear pajamas to your interview. There's a 95% chance they'll laugh in your face, but a 5% chance you'll get the job on the spot. It's a good idea to ask your interviewer about their personal life to get to know them. For example, you can ask them if they have kids, and if they say yes, you can ask them if they regret it. If you're offered a glass of water in your interview, chug it as fast as you can to show them that you know how to have a good time. LinkedIn is not a dating site. Never add juggling to your special skills on your resume. They will ask you to prove it, and you will fail. At my Dairy Queen interview, I tried to juggle blizzards. They're only meant to be turned upside down once. When someone asks where you see yourself in 5 years, say an alternate dimension. It shows you're out of the box thinking. Or you could just say a McDonald's parking lot. It's the same thing. Look up the recruiter's name online, track them down, and then leave your resume on their nightstand so it's the first thing they see when they wake up. And finally, if you choose to do your interview on a Greyhound bus, take the call in the bathroom. It's much more peaceful in there. So, if any of these tips help you get the job, you're welcome, and you can send my 5% advice fee to my P.O. box. Last month, I decided to make a major lifestyle change. I documented my experiences to share the journey with all of you, and the results were shocking. This footage may be disturbing to younger viewers, and the elderly, and people who wear jorts. I've made a vow to go 1 month without cereal. It's day 1, so the first thing I need to do is get rid of all the cereal in my house. I'm hungry. Nothing else to report. It's day 4. I haven't noticed any changes and I feel fine. I feel sick. But I've gathered my strength to update my will just in case. I'm finally noticing some changes. I feel like my teeth are shrinking. I've been measuring them hourly. Also, I lost my ability to dance. This morning, for the first time ever, I lost a round of Just Dance. I had $50 riding on that match. More strange stuff is happening. No matter what I try to crochet, it always turns out to be mittens. I haven't crocheted a blanket in weeks. Also, I can only skip instead of walking. I'm starting to feel the effects of no cereal. I had a spelling quiz today and I failed it. I got 28%. I never saw this coming. It's been 19 days now. I find myself using the metric system for all of my measurements. I've looked through my recent emails and they've all been sent with a new sign-off. Also, I've lost my perfectly trendy yet unique sense of style. This is harder than I thought. I'm getting a full night's sleep, bathing daily. I understand how to play chess. I'm really worried about my health. I don't know how much more of this I can do. I feel like quitting. Everything is so unnatural. No longer able to distinguish between navy blue and royal blue. The average outdoor temperature is 5 degrees warmer than from when I started. The average rainfall from March has decreased, and the GDP of Ecuador is down 3% since when I began this experiment. Hello, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It's day 31, and I finally feel like my body has been fully cleansed of the chemicals and earthly substances of cereal. I'm seeing the earth clearly, and I'm experiencing true reality. I can't put this feeling into words, but I urge you all to come and experience my happiness. Come, join me. Well, that was certainly a fun month, but I'm glad to be back to normal. Eating my shredded sugar flakes, using the imperial measurement system, and not vomiting when I'm in direct sunlight. As we're approaching the last episode of the year, I want to talk about some of the lessons I've learned in my life that will help you host your own show. Even if you don't want to host your own show, I believe these tips will come in handy for anything related to survival. First, never name a show after yourself. It's not classy. If Carly from iCarly would have known that, maybe she'd still be relevant today. Another lesson I learned is just because the battery on your camera dies, it doesn't mean you have to buy a new one. Also, when you get stopped on the street and asked, "Hey, aren't you from that show?" they never mean Temple Tonight. They actually mean that episode of America's Funniest Home Videos where you got hit with a baseball bat at your brother's game. At least that gig won my family $2,000. Now, on the other hand, your biggest haters are always going to be your roommates. But don't blame them. It's because they don't understand that you have to re-record the same line 15 times to be perfect. Okay, if that didn't come out right, I'm going to be so pissed. Another thing I learned this year is that apparently it's not okay to make up news about US politicians for monologue jokes. It's actually something called slander, and trust me, you will get sued for it. Now, in terms of fashion, I want everyone to repeat after me. You cannot make a fedora work on camera. Louder! Thank you. Please, stop trying. Also, I've learned to never wear orange. Not because of any, technical reasons, it just doesn't look good with my complexion. This was actually a write-in from my mom, and it was signed by my whole extended family, so thank you everyone for that. In terms of business casual for all those meetings with ABC, NBC, and any other BC, one word, blazers. Blazers have pockets on the inside and where you can keep your commercial break snack. My go-to, hot dogs. It's always easier to get into a cult than get out of a cult. Something else that I didn't really learn until the end of the semester was to never trust your director. You might think she's your friend, but actually, she's just two kids in a trench coat stacked on top of each other waiting for your downfall. But don't worry. Because as long as you put up your Winston Churchill hate poster, both your directors and the British will know that you mean business.
Welcome back to Temple Tonight. I'm here with the co-founders of the Temple Music Business Club, Becky, Mathai, and Giovan. And we're going to talk a little bit about the club. So, hi guys, thanks for joining me on the show. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having us. Super excited.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about the Temple Music Business Club.
Yeah, so the Temple Music Business Club is basically a club for any student who's interested in any career or any space in the music industry. And yeah, it was kind of started because I realized there wasn't really a space for those type of students here at Temple. So yeah, we just really wanted to create a community of students for them to network with each other, collaborate with each other, and kind of help each other get opportunities within the music industry.
What kind of networking events do you guys usually do, and like with who?
Yeah, so to start, we started this club about 1.5 years ago. To start, we did some professional development networking events. We had our our faculty advisor, Jim Donio. He led these professional development workshops and pretty much went through everything from networking to career development, those types of things. We've also done, to start off, we did an event with Taste Creators, who is an artist development agency in Philly. Basically, we brought a bunch of different music industry students together for a night to hear about Taste Creators and then network with each other.
Yeah, I mean, so kind of like what Jared mentioned, we had the Taste Creators event, which we called Music Connection, and it kind of established that community right off the bat. But that was back in the fall of 2019. So then COVID kind of happened a few months after that, and we kind of had to pivot. I think during that first spring semester, we had a few virtual events because it was the half of the semester went virtual, or I guess a little more than half, and that was really awesome. We had Kristen Turner from SB Projects, and we also established a really good relationship with Nick from the Music Business Association, which was key for our virtual events moving forward.
Kind of going back on the networking thing, thankfully, virtually, we were able to do an event that probably wouldn't have been able to happen if we weren't virtual. We did a networking event with Temple, obviously, and then the University of Southern California, and then the University of Florida. So we brought all three of those schools online, all the music industry kids who were interested in the event, just to network with each other, and how we're networking, just sharing socials and sharing ideas and career goals, which is really cool.
What do you guys see for the future of the club?
I guess I guess we're both graduating, but for the future, I mean, when we totally went online, we were still kind of building the club. We were still kind of in the beginning phases of trying to build out the club and what our vision was. So I guess for the future, I really just want to see more of a, in-person collaboration event or something where students can actually meet in person instead of Zoom or online.
They'll get to build the community rather, than just the events. Because when it's virtual, you can mainly just do events and like hopefully people will connect. But when you're in person, people can actually decide, oh, I'm going to go to the student center, or I'm going to go to the Klein building and have a meeting with the club, or actually create or expand upon like ideas, or just production ideas or business venture. There's so many opportunities for students to create something they want to do while they're in school. So yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on and telling us all about the club. I really hope you guys we do get to be in person and have your visions come true.
Please welcome our musical guest, Heatloaf. That's all for this episode of Temple Tonight. Thank you to Heatloaf, Becky Mathai, and Giovan, and we will see you guys next time.